Hello guys and welcome to today's daily puzzle Queenside Tilt. Let's get right to it. So what do I see? Well, I see that we have our knight over here that ideally could capture their bishop whilst also threatening to capture their queen. And whilst the knight threatens to capture the queen, our own queen also has line of sight. Which is very nice, but in the end it's just a trade because once we capture their queen with our queen, they simply use their rook to take back our knight. So what other options does that leave us with? Well, alternatively we do have the king over here that's currently pretty vulnerable because it's currently trapped by our rook and its own pieces, meaning that we do have the mate in 2 threat from our queen as such. So let's act upon that instead. And obviously they will create an escape for their king. But even so, we are still going to act upon it because this forces the king, and forced moves usually are the preferred way to go. Now, the king has moved forward, and this means that if our knight now takes the bishop, he has not only vision on the queen, but also on the king with a beautiful fork. However, at the moment, their rook is foiling all of those plans. So we have to do something about that, and luckily we actually can do so because of this rook over here, meaning that we can now select our queen over here, threatening the checkmate on the king, forcing them to do something about it by capturing with their rook. Now you might say, Denis, isn't that simply throwing our queen? No, it is not, because then if we use the knight for the fork, then the rook no longer has line of sight on it as it has moved over, meaning that we can actually capitalize on that fork and actually come out better with one more piece. So let's do exactly that. They are forced to capture, after which we go for the fork. They have to move the king, meaning that we can then win the queen. Sure, they can then capture our rook, but we can simply capture back. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.